Good evening, good afternoon, and early good morning to everyone. Hope you all are having a wonderful week. It's been an interesting week again. As always, the universe likes to throw us curveballs and things like that for the week. So interesting, I've been catching up with a few friends, and it's been Samhain over here, which is like Halloween over here. And I think I mentioned it last week because it was coming up on the Monday. And it was interesting because I want to talk about how it still affects even Beltane, which is up in the Northern Hemisphere with you guys. Down here, it's Samhain. So the veil and everything for me, because I'm a bit witchy-woo, as I think you all know now, I love my witchcraft and my pagan stuff and everything, and the Halloween and all the Sabbats and that. And this week is an interesting week because it is Samhain, so the veil has been thinned, so there's a lot of energy and universe and things like that. We just had our full moon as well. So looking at this for the week, I had a friend over just today and we were talking about boundaries and setting our space. Now, it's interesting to say that with all types of energies and things, we find that we need to set our own space because we do sometimes get overtaken by other people's energies, and we may feel like we've got anxiety or we're a bit nervous or we've got issues with our stomach. We just need to check ourselves first to make sure that it's not ours. If we know it's not ours, then we go, okay, so if I'm being affected or I've got other things that are affecting me, I need to make sure that I set my space. Now, interesting, because when we were talking about this, it's boundaries as well. And if we are empathic, which I know a lot of people are, going to the supermarket can be draining. You can go to the supermarket and you just feel like you're overwhelmed with energies and things like that. So for me, what I find is that if we set our boundaries and set our space, now, with myself, it's always either a bubble or some sort of reference to something that surrounds me. I was always told a foot above and a foot below myself and around myself to hold that space, that the boundaries, so people don't take our energy from us. So it's really interesting to find that there is some people, a couple of my friends, who are being affected by energy at the moment because it's been so full on. So what I would suggest is make sure that you look after yourselves. Make sure you sit in a space where you can just breathe and have a really good intent on setting your boundaries for the day, for the week. And really, it's really important to set that space. And trust me, I have been through a point where I didn't set my boundaries and didn't set my space, and I was affected in a way that I thought it was all mine, but realised, sorry, I've just got like fluff or something on, like affecting me. So unless it's, I think, spirits playing with my nose, which is quite fun. I love it when they do that. It's more of a case of just allowing ourselves to sit in a space so we can recognise what's ours, pain-wise, energy-wise, and what's not. And I feel like that's a bit of a theme going in the last week. I've noticed that. So, and especially with me, I've noticed it immensely with my own energy and my own space, really making sure that I sit back and go, right, why am I feeling this way? And really even write it down, knowing that you can always look back at it and go, oh, so this time of the year, I know that I'm always affected or there's issues going on around this time. Look at the moons, look at the way the phases are with the planets and everything, and just be aware. And that's the thing, being aware of our space, being aware of ourselves and our energy is a really important thing. And then we can always go, right, now I know what I'm doing. I can move forward and write down things and bring that abundance to me. So I hope that makes sense for everyone. I really feel like that's a really big thing. And also with Beltane over there, with you guys, setting new goals and new, like it's spring and all these new beginnings and everything. I really feel like it's time to really start going into spring and summer. I wish I was 6 months over here for summer and 6 months over in the Northern Hemisphere so we can have just summer all year round, but not at this stage, but I'm not going to say never. So, okay, so I have Donna from Philadelphia on the phone. Hi, Donna, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. Oh, you sound so chirpy. I love it.
Thank you. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, no, you're more than welcome. I'm looking forward to chatting to you, and it's interesting. So I'm a psychic medium, and I normally do mediumship and a little bit of psychic as well. But if you have a question, I will ask you, okay? But I know I've got someone with me. Now, I'm sure it's for you, but let me just see how I go with her. I've got this lady. I was actually doing my makeup before the show, and I've got this lady who was very precise with her makeup. Now, I don't know if this resonates with you at the moment, but this lady, I feel like she was in her 60s, sort of late 60s, early 70s, but she's telling me 60s, something around 60 with her. And it may not have been the age that she passed, but I know there was a health issue or there's something around her around that age. I know she was, it's not to say that she wasn't glamorous, but I don't feel like she was over glamorous, if that makes sense. I do want to say I feel like I'm drawn to dad's side of the family with her, but I'm not sure unless she wants to say hello to dad, because I just heard dad and I'm being drawn to dad's side. Would that make reference with you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, I want to say she's got this giggle and she's got this smile, and I also want to say she's smiling at you. She's got this beautiful... Okay, thank you. It's like I want to say, even though things were hard, there was always a smile, there was always love, there was always this abundance. And it's interesting how I brought this up before. There was always, it's always so good. Our life is so good, if that makes sense to you, because I feel like she wants to bring that through. Now, I don't know if she's one of 6 or there's a 6 children reference. Does that make sense to you?
There is 6 boys and 3 girls.
Okay, so so is dad one of 6 boys?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Was your dad one of 6 boys?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So would this be your grandmother?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, thank you. Because I just want to make reference to, now I feel like she was older than 60. Interesting. I love it because she's just beautiful skin. She's got this gorgeous, glamorous look. And it was really interesting because when I was putting my eyeshadow on, she was really not picking on me, but just making sure that I got the line right and everything with my eyeshadow. And it was like, I want to say, she was never over the top with makeup, but she definitely had this beautiful way of putting makeup on, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But she was very precise, and she's not overdone. She's very natural. But I feel like she wore makeup right until the time that she passed. She always had something with her skin. I do sense, though, around 60, she may not have passed, but I do want to say that 60 was a dominant age for her. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. So was she older than that? Was she in her 70s or sort of mid-70s?
In her 70s.
Thank you. Okay, welcome. So 60 was a major age for her.
Yeah, she was alone in her 60s, so she wasn't happy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because she's just making me aware that she's happy. She's got this. It's interesting when she said that, or what I saw about her was her happiness, and she's just glowing. And I feel it's really interesting because even though she was in her 70s when she passed, I reckon she looked 50 or even less. She's just got this gorgeous skin about her.
Wow.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
I was a little mixed up between 2 people, to be honest. When you said grandmother, also yes. I had a sister that passed, but she was 57. And the makeup thing kept coming to my mind. You know what I mean? When you were talking about the makeup, and she didn't wear it all the time.
Yeah. But with your grandmother, would she have been very particular with her makeup?
No, that's the only thing I would say no,
Okay.
because she didn't wear
Okay.
makeup, but everything else sounded like her. My sister was
Okay.
particular about her makeup when she wore it.
Oh, okay. So I may have two people coming. Okay, thank you. I may have two coming in. There
I
might
lost
be
5 people, one right after the other.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I just want to make reference to if they're coming through together, I need to separate them a little bit.
Okay.
Now, would I make sense with your grandmother? Because I feel like I may have two, because the makeup was a really important thing. So if it's not your grandmother, then it might be around your sister. But I just want to, oh, okay. Was yours, oh, let me just have a look at this for a second. I just want to confirm. So your sister was a grandmother as well, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Cool.
You're welcome.
That's where I'm sort of getting the grandmother sort of connection as well. Okay.
Okay.
Now, are you one of 5 then?
I am one of 9, and 2 have passed away.
Is there 5 girls then?
There is 6 boys and 3 girls. And one brother died and one sister died.
Okay. Let me just have a look, because I'm being told about 5 children. So would that be around your sister, the one that's passed?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's all right. Let me just leave that, because I got 5 children before when I said the 6, but I also got 5.
Okay.
So that's where I sort of that's what I might be getting through. Okay, cool. So with your grandma, oh, God, your grandmother is so gorgeous.
Yes, that is true.
Thank you. I want to say when she comes through, she's making me aware that she would have, did she lose a lot of weight, or she was not well before she passed? Because I just feel like she's now coming back as full strength. Now, I want to say your sister, if I have your sister, I feel like she didn't lose the weight. If anything, it was quick. Her passing was quick. And I want to say not quick as in sudden, but quick as in she was not well for a couple of months and then she passed. It wasn't an ongoing illness with her. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. So I just want to say they're both together, and it's interesting how they're coming through together, and they've got this giggle and they laugh, like one would say something and then the other one's just laughing. But I just want to say it's not just these beautiful ladies. I want to say the whole family would do the same. Like there's comedian amongst comedian with your family, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Thank you. Because they're coming through with, I feel like grandmother had a really good sense of just saying the one-liners and everyone would laugh, because coming out of grandmother's mouth, it was quite funny, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Thank you. And your sister's very dry. I want to say your sister's very dry. I've got them too. And I want to say your sister's very dry in her sense of humour, but she's also got this beautiful earthy sort of connection. She's very grounded. Your grandmother was a little bit more of the very light sort of energy, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Thank you. I've got them both. Perfect. Now, the biggest thing is, they want to say, I feel, okay, thank you. Your sister's coming through, and it's interesting because when sunlight comes through one of your windows, she wants to make reference to sunbeams or sunlight hitting one of your windows and coming through to a certain point in your room. You automatically know that's her coming through.
You know, it's something that you had mentioned, my sister again. Yesterday was my birthday. I spent it on the beach in the sunshine, and she passed away on my birthday.
Okay. Oh, because she just said sunshine,
First birthday that I spent on the beach because the weather was beautiful. My daughter and my husband took me to the beach for the day. And that was yesterday, my birthday.
Oh, well, I've got chills. Sorry. Got chills. Because I just
the sunshine, you just made me think that when you said my sister in the sunshine coming through the window.
Yeah, because I want to say there's a certain point, as you know how sunshine comes through and there's a certain glow on the floor, or there's a little beam that comes through. She wants to make reference to that. So when you see that, you know that's her around you or giving you the sunshine. Your grandmother wants to lighten the load around you. So I want to say, I feel there's burdens around you at the moment that you have no control over. And I feel that when you do, your shoulders get really sore and you're really heavy. And I just want to make reference to, with these burdens, you can't have this alone. You need to actually talk to family members about this. So you allow other family members. You like to hold things. Oh, your sister's so funny. She's just gone. She holds everything in. She never lets anything out.
That's exactly right. Because I'm more concerned about everybody else than myself.
Yeah, and this is the burden that you take and the worry that you take for as yourself. And your sister's going, you need to lighten up. You need to let go. You need to allow people to know what you're seeing and what you're worried about, and allowing yourself to speak with this information. So I'll just give you that, if that makes sense to you.
Yes. It
okay. Does. So, yes, all right. There's another birthday coming up too in this month.
My father passed away. His was May 5th.
Okay, because I just want to say there's a birthday cake and there's red roses I want to bring through as well.
We always celebrated our birthday together.
Oh,
my father and I, because mine was the 2nd, his was the 5th.
Thank you, because the red roses and I saw the 2T birthday cake. So I just want to make reference to they're bringing that through as well, because I thought it's not just one. I know there's a couple in May. There's definitely a reference to a couple of May.
And there's my brother that's the 25th, but I thought of my father right away because we always celebrated together.
Oh, thank you. So, yeah,
welcome.
Perfect. All right. So, Donna, do you have a quick question?
Yes, I do. I wanted to know if you've seen anything around a job or me moving even.
Okay.
Either one of those things.
Okay. So you're working at the moment?
Right now I'm not working.
Okay. Because I want to say there's a job coming for you, and I feel like it's going to be I don't feel like there's a move around. It's just more of a case of your job is going to come up, and I reckon it's going to be like the end of May, to be honest. End of May, start of June.
So.
And I want to make reference to there's 2 opportunities. So whether or not you've applied for 2 jobs or you're waiting, but there's two opportunities. One's going to be more that's going to help you with your heart or your heart space. It's not your head, like you're not overthinking something. It's something that it's just sitting right with you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And the move, I don't feel like you're moving just yet. I want to say probably 12 to 18 months if you move.
You think that, I'm sorry, what was that?
So a move, as in moving house?
We're talking about moving, but we don't have any time. You know what I mean? We're hoping soon, not way off.
Oh, okay. Because I got 12 to 18 months. So have you been thinking about this for 12 to 18 months?
Oh, did you say 12 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like probably when things start to go into motion.
Okay, because I feel like at 18 months, it's when it's going to really hit, like when it's going to come through, because I got the 12 to 18 months around it.
Okay. Now, I have my own business. I did elderly care, went into the home and did medical work.
Yes.
And do you see me getting back to that? Because I had gotten hurt pretty bad, and I'm recovered from that now.
I don't feel like it's going to be, I don't feel like it's going to be that. I feel like it's going to be something that's always sat with you that you've always wanted to do. It's like a heart thing, like it's a soul sort of thing. Even if you might be helping people, I like what you do, but I don't feel like it's going to be in the area that you think it's going to be.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like what you've done, like nursing and helping and all that sort of stuff, it won't be like, it'll be something in that, but not physically physically draining. I want to say it's helping people or doing something, but it's not going to be on that physical sort of level. I feel like it's going to be around that. But it's because it's where you sit, where you love to do things, and that's where I feel like you're going to go. And I feel like there's 2 opportunities that you've got coming.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, Donna. Thank you so much for calling. And if you like, you can always connect with me on my Facebook page. So thank you, Donna.
Absolutely. And have a wonderful night. God bless you.
You too. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. All right. I've got Michelle from Baraboo. Sorry, Michelle. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes, Michelle.
Oh, perfect.
From Baraboo.
Baraboo. Thank you. Sorry, I just saw it. I was like, my producer Dave loves to sound it out for me, so it's easier for me to say it right. Sorry. And with my accent, probably doesn't sound right either, so I do apologize. Okay, so do you have a question?
I'm concerned about my state of present mind right now and where I need to go into the future. I have certain things and certain ideas in my head, but I want to do the right thing, so I don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm going through a lot right now.
Okay, you worry about other people. Okay, you worry about connecting.
No,
and
I don't worry about
other
people. No, I've been alone a long time.
Okay.
But I'm just wondering, what is in my future. I don't know what you want me to all tell you.
No, don't tell me too much. That's all right. Let me just look at this for a second, because I know I've got a gentleman coming through who's very strong. And
I've been meditating, and I'm holding my grounding stone to help you.
Yeah, because I feel like I've got a grandfather or a gentleman, an elderly gentleman coming through who is very strong and very, I want to say he wouldn't say much. He's very much like I feel like he was strict to a point, but he also had a sensitivity around him. I feel like he's quite tall as well, and he's got this sort of slender build. But it's like I want to say the reason why this gentleman's coming through for you is to stand your ground. As much as you sort of give of yourself, you're not standing your ground. And I do want to say there is things happening for you that I want to say you feel, okay, you did advise me, but I want to say you feel like you're stuck because whether or not you're overthinking it, but you're in your head, you sit and meditate, which is great. But I just want to say allowing you to see the other opportunities. Sometimes it's hard to see moving forward, but I just want to make reference to looking at things in a different way will help you bring the clarity through, because I feel even though when we meditate, sometimes the clarity, we do need to speak to someone, because what we get, it's more like a confirmation for us. So if we go and see someone, or you talking to me right now, it's more of a case of you getting a confirmation of what you're already getting, if that makes sense.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm reading books on Ralph Waldo and Emerson, Eckhart Tolle. I've been working on,
So it's like I want to say you're going into a new phase. So we get to a certain point in our learning, in our knowledge, that we just go, hang on a second, I feel stuck. What's going on? So then we go into relearning or reprogramming or understanding the knowledge that we've already received. But it's interesting because I want to say with you, darling, you're a very old soul. And it's like I want to say whatever you're doing now is you're actually going, oh, my God, I knew this. Oh, my God, I knew that. Yet because we are we have a certain programming as we grow older and through childhood and everything, that the doors have always been closed. But when we open them, we realize, oh, my God, I knew this stuff, but it just wasn't the right time in my life to actually see this or hear this or feel this. Because if I would say that what you're getting now, if I spoke to you 15 years ago, you would have gone, nah, don't want to hear it, don't want to see it, don't want to feel it. Whereas now you've gone, okay, now I've done everything I can do to a point. Now I need to refocus and understand of where I'm going. And it's interesting because we always have, I would say, a fear or a lack of, oh, my God, if it's going to happen. Just allow yourself to see the future coming up as a beautiful, bright essence and abundance for you, because I really feel like that's coming through. Michelle, if that makes sense. Interesting, I know, because you're coming up to spring and summer, I feel like there's a little bit of witchy woo around you, or there's some sort of reference to doing little things like mantras and stuff, which if you look at it, there's so many different words for mantras, but there's so many words for spells. Pardon?
What was the word?
Mantras, like little affirmations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So doing those, you actually start bringing that in. And I do want to say over the last 6 weeks, things have started to change for you. I feel like a lot more things are opening up for you. So work-wise, did you want to know about work, yes?
I am a disabled vet. I would like to work, but it'd have to be a certain place. I don't know where.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I just can't find out where I can go.
Yeah, you're a bit of a healer and a bit of an empath, if that makes sense.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm definitely an empath.
Yeah, because I want to say there's a reference
and
to
I come
healer.
to the aid of people, and yeah.
So you understand when you step with someone, you can give them guidance, or people just come to you for guidance. Because I want to say there's a healing element around you, and I feel like a healing's really coming in for you, in a sense, you being a healer. And this is why I feel like where you're going with all your information, it's interesting when we have life paths, we think we're going to have this certain life path, but it never really happens. We set goals. What I would like you to do is set an affirmation and go, this is where I want to be in another year. So, Michelle, I really feel like this is where you're going. Sorry, I have to wrap it up. I do apologize, Michelle. But please
You're right, because I am thinking, and I planned it over a year, and it's coming up this summer, that I want to move out west, to Oregon. But I don't know if it's the right move or not, or if I have the right money, and I'm just questioning myself.
Yeah. Don't question yourself. Just do. Go with your heart. Feel with your heart. Don't think with your head. Feel with your heart if that's the right thing, and I really feel like you are.
Okay.
All right, Michelle. But may I leave that with you? Please contact me on my Facebook page, Jordie Janes, Psychic Medium, and also jordiejanes.com.au. If you have anything else that I can help you with, you can message me straight after this. So, sorry, I've just got a couple of minutes, and I do apologise. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you to all my callers today. And good night. Thanks, everyone. Have a lovely week, and I will see you all next week. All right. Thank you all. Bye.